How's it going, guys? So, this is going to be the nice quick review of Jimalax's new mesh, or as they like to call it, MoneyMesh. It is a completely revamped mesh by them. They, from what I understand of their video of them talking about it and going over it, it is a new weave. So, basically, right here you can tell that there is a new crossover method that they use in order to make it stronger horizontally, as they put it. So basically, it doesn't bag out as easily. And I've already dunked it in some water and been messing around with it and stuff ever since I strung it up. And so far, I haven't had any issues with the mesh bagging or anything like that. It is not a wax mesh. A lot of people have been asking me that. It is not a wax mesh. The closest thing that I could probably describe it to you as is uh, Stringer Shack hybrid mesh, and that mesh is basically like a soft mesh with some sort of coating that they came up with, or so on and so forth. I'm not going to pretend to know exactly what they do with their products. So basically, what it is they weave they use their textile machines to weave this, and the threads are already colored this way, so there's no real dipping the mesh into stuff to dye it like their Jimalab and Jimalax and stuff like that, and their Metamorph mesh. Excuse me. But basically, so they weave it, and it's supposed to be a lot stronger. They talk about it being a lot rougher because of the change in the weaving method, and it is in comparison to all their other mesh. And I've used everything but the Metamorph mesh. I've pretty much used everything by Jimalax, and I gotta say this is probably one of the rougher meshes besides the six diamonds, the six diamond hard mesh that they have. And I think it's really just because of the weaving. It's not so much whatever coating they use. Uh, Now this is supposed to be a new performance mesh, so basically kind of like their uh, hard mesh, or like String King mesh. So it's supposed to be kind of moving away from wax mesh, and I think that's a smart thing to do because wax mesh can wear down over time. Any mesh really can wear down over time. But so because of this new method that they use, the mesh is, in my opinion, a whole lot better than anything they've had so far. Um, the bagging out, there's no bag, like I said, there's no bagging out issue, and it strings up very easily. I'm surprised by how easily it strings up. It's, I believe, 15 millimeter, because it's definitely smaller than any 20 millimeter meshes that I have in my possession. So, and the thing is, it's a true 15 millimeter. Like if you get their Jimalax 15 millimeter or their hard mesh 15 millimeter, it's not exactly a 15 millimeter. Or if you get anybody's wax mesh that uses Jimalax's raw mesh, it's not exactly 15 millimeters. It's kind of in comparison to a 20 millimeter from Stringer Shack, but this is a true 15 millimeter. Like if you were to compare this to a 15 millimeter Stringer Shack wax mesh, this would be the same exact size diamonds. So the new weaving process makes their diamonds a lot tighter and be able to hold that size a lot better. So in my opinion, they've stepped up their game, and there's definitely a reason they call this money mesh. The throw is very consistent. It it feels a little stiff at first. Here, I'll do a ball drop. So that's about about a foot above the head, and that's how far it drops. That's actually really good in my opinion. I mean, it's not super soft, brand new. It's a lot like how String King's original mesh was. I believe it was X1 or something like that. But so it's very all around a really good mesh. It took them, I believe they said, a year of testing and all sorts of methods and stuff, and the time was worth the effort because they came up with something amazing. It came a little bit long, like you know how sometimes you get mesh and it has a lot of extra. This one came a little bit longer than this, and I had to cut it down a little. But then again, I guess that's a good idea because a lot of some people's stringing styles involve them making a big bag that utilizes the whole head. But so that's I wouldn't really give that a negative. That'd definitely be a positive. So with the colors, the whole color scheme thing, and I've seen the other ones that they make, and I'm pretty sure they're just as bright. But the color is just vibrant. It's really, really bright in person. And if you look really closely at this piece of Liberty, which is what this design of color is, if you look really close at the blues, and you can't see it in the video, unfortunately, if you look really close at the blue, there's actually black fibers weaved into the blue to make it kind of a darker blue, more of a true royal. And I think that's a really good idea. It's just a small little thing that I noticed about it. That's really cool. The red is very, very bright in person. The white is some of the brightest white mesh I've seen. There's a lot of like white mesh out there that just it's kind of a little off white, but this seems more true white to me. So they also sent me these really cool striker shooting laces with it, and I decided to throw that in there. And then I lined the entire head with a sidewall that is gold from Jimalax that I've had sitting around and been thinking of getting rid of. But so all in all, and getting down to the nitty gritty, is I give Jimalax's mesh a solid 9 out of 10, just because it's not versatile for everyone, in my opinion, but it's definitely something that's I would recommend replacing their conventional hard mesh, just because there's so many downfalls to the original hard mesh. This would definitely be a very good replacement for that. So Jimalax MoneyMesh, Liberty style, but it doesn't really matter what style of colors you get. It's going to be the same thing, I'm sure. But I'm going to have to, like I said, I'm solid 9 out of 10 so far, because I haven't really gotten to get muddy with it and everything like that. But so on initial impressions and initial testing, I have to give MoneyMesh from Jimalax a solid 9 out of 10. Like, comment, subscribe, say whatever you want. This stuff is solid in my book. So thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later. I'll be posting some more pictures of this stuff up on Instagram. If you don't follow me on there, it's Philomatic5, Philomatic number 5. So thanks, guys. Catch you later.